All right, guys. Welcome to episode 2, podcast 2 of Hunt and Harvest. This is Ben Byrd. It's the first time I've had a guest. This is my second episode. We're here at Lakeview Pecans in Nash County, Bailey, North Carolina. If you guys haven't seen the content related episode on the YouTube channel, go check it out at Hunt and Harvest. And we're just going to have a quick podcast with Ben here, ask him some questions about his farm and his life story. We've been working all day on his pecan farm, doing some harvesting, so
That's why it's dark.
that is why it's dark, and we're here at a picnic table just right before we leave. So, Ben, I just wanted to ask you how long you've been working here at your family's farm.
Okay, so I've been working here since I started dating my now wife in 1998. So we're talking 27 years. My father-in-law put me to work really quick. This was his retirement hobby. But unfortunately, he passed suddenly from cancer very rapidly. And that was in 2011. In September, in January 2012, I was here full time.
And what made you come here full time?
The farm cannot be sold, set up as a trust. And so it was either manage it or pay someone to manage it. And I grew up in the country. I've been on a tractor since I was 6 years old. I can handle it. My wife looked at me and said, "Can you save my daddy's farm?" And here I am.
That's awesome. And what were you thinking of doing instead of running a 100-acre pecan farm in Bailey?
Yeah, at the time that my father-in-law got sick, I was a medical device rep, a spine rep for DePuy Spine and Synthes. And so I was in the operating room every day of the world, helping surgeons rebuild people's spines from degenerative disc, spondylolisthesis, anything you can dream of that needed to be corrected, even scoliosis and cancer.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
we did that for quite a while. Really good job, but I'm not going to let 100 acres of land go to waste and give it away because we couldn't sell it. So I made a choice. We sacrificed our way of life that we were accustomed to for me to save this place. And so here I am. That's it.
Well, now it's en route to being the truffle pecan paradise in Bailey, east of Raleigh, that everyone's going to be
we hope.
swooning over in the future.
The truffles were a very nice surprise. I knew they were here, but pecan truffle, or tuber leonii, it had a bad name in the early 2000s up until 2013, 14.
That's because of the chef, like exquisite food movement, right?
It was because of the farmers in Georgia.
Oh.
The other pecan orchards that were lucky enough to have truffles, a truffle goes through a life cycle. And in order to harvest it, and in order for it to impart flavor from its aroma to food in a fine restaurant, that truffle has to be ripe. So just like if you pick an apple that's not ripe and you bite into it, it's sour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a truffle that's not ripe has no aroma, and that's where the flavor comes from. The smell affects your nose, which affects your taste. So if a truffle isn't ripe, it's no good. So farmers in Georgia and their pecan orchards, which are way bigger than this one, they would go out and indiscriminately just rake and find them and gather them up and take them and try to sell them. Well, the truffle got a bad name because they weren't ripe. So now the process of having a dog to find them has come into play. So the dog, there could be 10 truffles in a 2-foot diameter circle, and he's only going to dig up the one that's ripe.
That is awesome. And you've got a dog too, right? That
Yes.
does this? This is awesome.
Yep. It's, he is called, his breed is a Lagotto Romagnolo. The dog was a hunting dog for most of its existence in Europe and Italy primarily. It's an Italian water dog. And it's water dog from the province of Romagna, so Lagotto Romagnolo. That's where the name comes from. And they have an incredible sense of smell. When they drained the marshlands in Italy, got rid of all the waterfowl hunting grounds, turned it into farmland, the dog went out of service. It almost went extinct in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
They found out how good its nose was, and now it is being bred specifically for its nose. And it's used for cadaver dogs, for search and rescue, for drug dogs, for truffle dogs. It's a very good dog. It's actually so ancient, it's the base breed of a poodle. It's where a poodle came from.
And it's hypoallergenic.
Yep, 100%. It does
awesome.
not shed, but you have to groom it like you groom yourself, because its hair grows incessantly. But anyway, yeah, he's got an appointment on Wednesday to be groomed.
That's awesome. I actually need to meet that dog and see the truffle hunt. Maybe we can get a video for that too.
Absolutely.
One day. But tell us a little bit about where you grew up, and just like a little backstory. Where you studied, where you grew up, what life was like.
Yep. So I grew up in the middle of nowhere in the little town of Bethlehem, North Carolina, north of Hickory, stone's throw from Lake Hickory. We were on a small piece of land, some acreage, cows, horses, that sort of thing. There's one high school in the county. And I live in Wake County now, and there's like 45 high schools. There was still, to this day, only one high school in the county. So elementary school, junior high, high school, went to NC State, planning to become a doctor. Long story. You know about all of that. Went a different route, got into sales, got into medical devices, bam. But I grew up raising cows, raising horses, delivering cows. Just a normal kid playing every sport in the book. But I love school. I love science. I love math. And was supposed to go to the School of Math and Science and chose not to. Because I was having too much fun fishing and water skiing and riding motorcycles and everything else. And
the stuff dudes love to do.
Yeah. I mean, just get dirty, and, your mom won't let you in the house until you strip down to go in and take a shower.
They hose you off outside.
Yeah. It's happened. It has happened. She just stands there and sprays.
I still do that to myself now.
Yeah.
Because it gets so dirty.
I take a backpack blower or a hose, one of the two. I'll get myself clean enough to go inside. But we're probably dirty right now on screen.
It doesn't matter. I don't know if anyone's ever going to actually watch the video. Maybe if it works out 10 years from now.
We'll find out. But, went to school, majored in zoology, practically a minor in chemistry. They took away the chemistry minor because all the zoology students at NC State were automatically getting chemistry minors because we had to take so many credit hours. So I had to take both inorganics, both organics, and biochemistry. So they took it away because we'd automatically they took it away the year before I went to NC State in 94.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is a crazy story to go from all of that in Mount Airy, Bethlehem, North Carolina area, and to come all the way, end up here with a beautiful family who clearly your sons have inherited your big intellect based on what we've heard about your son.
Yeah,
but
he's a smart
to be
one.
here in Wake County, living in Wake County, commuting to a place in Nash County and running a pecan orchard as a way of life, that's a crazy story.
Part of the plan. I worked long and hard to get away from manual labor, go get an education, and better myself. But for some reason,
it drew you back.
It finds me.
Yeah.
This is what I was meant to do. I was meant to work the land, and I don't have green thumbs. I'm green everywhere. And if I plant it, it's going to grow, and it's going to live, and it's going to thrive. And I don't know where that came from. It's just
awesome.
It's just a gift. Good Lord gave it to me, and I can handle these plants and take care of them. And it's an expensive line of work. There's not a lot of money in pecans. So then that's why there's the nursery, and thank heavens there's the truffles for additional income, because the nursery is where most of the money comes from. So making and grafting the trees is the main line of work. The nuts and the truffles are extra. Yeah. So, and as you saw, we've probably got 400 pounds up today.
Yeah.
And got to process that all day tomorrow while it rains.
And then you got to deal with all the customers that come up and ask, hey, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this?
Yep.
And for those of you who don't know, if you want to order Lakeview Pecans, you can do that. He does ship them, but he also separates them by variety, something that he wishes he probably didn't do for everybody, but now is stuck doing because everybody loves being able to go to a farm. I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. And this is the man who does it all on his own. It's actually incredible.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring.
I feel the same way about the green thumb thing and like being drawn to manual labor. Like I went to school, I went to NC State, but there's not, I don't have this monster intellect that I think that you must have, and I don't want to be in the office. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to do any of that. I really just want to grow stuff, make products, and sell them to people and help people and be outside in nature every day and hunt and fish and do all. I'm just nature guy.
It's not really, a bad way to live.
I really love it. Yeah,
that's how I grew up, and it found me again because I think it's just where I'm supposed to be. I
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
If a tractor breaks, you fix it and you go back to work.
Yeah.
If a piece of other equipment breaks, you fix it, you go back to work. That's what I did as a child, and now I'm doing it as an adult.
Yeah.
I just turned 50, and I've been here for a long time. I've been in the pecan business for 27 years and seen a lot of changes and a lot of growth and a lot of ups and downs and hurricanes and hailstorms, and Mother Nature is not kind. If she gets a wild hair, you just hold on tight and say your prayers.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. And there have been wonderful years, and there have been years where you're just wondering, what did I do wrong?
Why, God? Why?
Why?
Right.
And but you pull your pants up, go to it again, and recover. That's the only option you have.
I think that it makes me feel closer to God, even though I know I have not. You've been doing this a lot longer than me. Year one of even planting the peach trees, watching them flood, and having 25%, 20% die because of the floods and because of some small mistakes that I made in the initial planting, and then, the lightning storms. I almost got struck by lightning. I don't know if you know that. I have it on video of where I almost got struck by lightning and watching the floods, just like trees moving back and forth, and I'm just like crying, thinking like, why is this, like, why year one we have
just put them in the ground.
Annual rainfall has never been this high. And here I am starting a peach orchard. Worst time for that to happen. But it's still, all in all, even through all of that, I have a really good percentage of keep for what happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm closer to God through those experiences of hardship. And it's nothing. I'm a baby, I've got so far to go, but it's something about farming and being out in nature and hunting and fishing and doing all these things that dudes love to do.
You will have more experiences. The 2016 was the worst year I can ever remember. With the hailstorm that we had here. We had hailstones that they weren't nice and smooth and round. They were jagged, but they were the size of baseballs.
Yeah.
And it covered the ground here 6 inches deep, and it broke windows. It dented metal roofs. It turned my walk-in cooler. It looks like somebody sat there and hit a bucket of balls at it. And it stripped every drop of my crop. It destroyed 7,200 trees in the nursery, just destroyed.
Finished.
I just finished grafting and potting, and all the labor and the expense and the potting soil. 3 tractor trailer loads, and it was all gone, all wasted.
Yeah.
And you just
the hurt from that.
You pray you can survive and do it again. And there's good years and there's bad years, and when there's good ones, you better budget well. So put it away for the next rainy day.
Tell the audience how often you get paid. When do you get paid?
I get paid when I sell a crop.
And when's that?
Harvest will start in late October, and it ends by Christmas. So all nut sales happen in pretty much a 2-month window. Truffle season runs September to late January. Again, all right in the wintertime. Tree planting is February, March. So I get paid pretty much from late October to the end of March. And then the rest of the year, I have to survive off of what I've made and budget to do everything all over again, buy pots, plant, work the land, fuel, fertilizer, chemicals, fertilizer's 3 times what it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's
So you have to
bad.
plan, you have to be on top of it, and if you're not, you're out of business.
Well, I pray that doesn't happen to you.
I hope so.
I think you've got a pretty solid thing going on here, and it's really impressive. And I wanted to, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me as a mentor, because this is like, this would be extremely difficult to have done anything at, home on my own. Having met you from NC State, I know that I haven't even mentioned this probably in the YouTube video either, but Ben, I worked with Ben while finishing up college because of a class that Dr. Parker at NC State University took us to. He took us on a field trip for that class, brought us here to, and among other orchards, because it was a tree fruit class, and he's the state specialist for tree fruit in North Carolina. And I met Ben here, and he said that Ben would be the closest and best person to learn from in this field. It's not peaches, which is what I wanted to do, but
there's overlap.
There's so much overlap. I mean, obviously pecan trees are massive and live way longer, but it's the similarities are huge. And I just can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me in this capacity.
I will help you for as long as you need it. That's what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to do on this planet, is help other people. And, if you're well-intentioned, then I'm going to help you. That's just how I work.
Thanks, Ben. Well,
Anytime.
man, this has been great. Thanks for being on the
pleasure.
pod.
My pleasure.
This is the second one, so we'll have a lot more. I'm sure this will not be the last time we do a video with Ben, because he's got a lot of big things coming, and this place is going to be a gem east of Raleigh here in North Carolina.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So thank you, guys.
Take
Stay
care.
tuned for the next one.